Never mind, legalize it.
Welcome back, everybody. Time to go behind the headlines, and today we're looking at a lawsuit. This is coming from digitalmusicnews.com, and the headline is, "Lawsuit alleges, quote, massive marijuana use," end quote, at Universal Music Group headquarters. That's right, folks. This just in, musicians smoke pot. Yeah. All right. So first, but there's some history to this too. Apparently, a while ago, the feds busted a massive cocaine ring at Interscope Records. This was back in 2011, and this case back in 2011 had to do, and the documents are up on the Smoking Gun, by the way, pointed to Interscope as a hub of pickups and deliveries for large amounts of cocaine. Music cargo cases were the conduit of choice, specifically handled by Rocket Cargo. These cases were stuffed with kilos of cocaine and bunches of cash and sent through the LA-based Interscope offices as part of a US-based distribution system. Now, others who were implicated in this include the road manager of the artist The Game. Apparently a big rap artist named The Game, but there's no information to suggest The Game was involved in this in any way. Well, that's all the way back in 2011. Now we're getting out of Universal Music Group this new lawsuit that has been put forth by a former female security guard there who alleges that artists and executives at UMG's headquarters are smoking massive amounts of marijuana. Here's part of the complaint. Throughout the time of the plaintiff's employment as a security guard assigned to the premises, she witnessed studio guests outside smoking marijuana or drugs, tenants and studio guests smoking marijuana or drugs in the courtyards, some employees complaining about marijuana smoke, guests seen smoking marijuana in the hallways, lobby areas, in front of building entrances, on the side of the building, in the stairwells, in the parking lot, and other common areas, and the use of drug paraphernalia. Plaintiff could also smell the marijuana while she was on duty. Now, this security guard also points out that numerous artists offered her a hit while she was at work. I'm still trying to find what the complaint is here, but here's part from the complaint. The various guests of Universal Music that plaintiff witnessed engage in illegal drug use and or drug paraphernalia included, but were not limited to, Macy Gray, guests of Jamie Foxx, MC Ren and his guests, rapper T.I. and his wife Tiny's entourage, and Future, among other artists. Some artists would offer drugs to plaintiff, which she declined, asking, does she want to hit it, referring to drugs they were smoking from a pipe, or does she want a hit, referring to a joint that they were smoking? And they say that we're talking about a whole lot of weed being smoked here. The filing also indicates that various studio equipment was becoming stained and affected by the marijuana smoking. Some employees were complaining, and all sorts of paraphernalia and leftover bags were frequently discovered. It's always one person complaining. It's got to ruin it for everyone, huh? As far as the studio equipment becoming stained and affected by marijuana smoking, well, we've been doing this show for 5 years with a lot of this equipment. Still seems to be working. Also in the filing, they have an incident with Maroon 5's Adam Levine, who is apparently smoking like Jagger. He brazenly lit a joint in the lobby. It's Adam Levine, from Maroon 5. He can do whatever he wants, a Universal employee allegedly responded. If he wants to come to the lobby and do a line of coke on the floor, it's okay. I'm just trying to get that image in my head here of Adam Levine on the floor, hands and knees, doing a line of coke off it. That'd be interesting. The complaint also points out that the guard reported, quote, finding bras hanging in the studio and people being found passed out in the showers after partying and drug use, not to mention condoms in the bathrooms and Universal employees engaged in intimate touching and grinding involving buttocks and genitalia. Yeah, so this is the big complaint with Universal. Another complaint had to do with firearms. Bodyguards for T.I., for example, demanded special parking privileges in case of, quote, a shootout or if something goes down, end quote. And also, a superior asked the guard to report anything suspicious related to weaponry, while noting that the building management would probably look the other way. Quote, "Until there's a body floating in that pond over there, management isn't going to do anything about it." End quote. So, all I wanted to bring up in this suit is that if you're a security guard, and you're working at a major music studio, I think there's some things you're just going to have to come to accept. And that is that creative people at the top of their careers have very few fucks to give. And they're not going to waste them on whether or not some security guard at the studio has a problem with pot smoke. These kind of lawsuits just bother me because what is she going to do? She's going to get it so that they completely shut down all drug use at the Universal Music Group. Well, you know what that means? That means artists switching labels. That means people going to other studios to do their work, because there's something about marijuana use and creative music that just go together. I defy you to look at your record collection, your CD collection, take out all the CDs of the pot smokers, and you'll be left with Perry Como, for God's sake. Don't mean to pick on Perry Como. For all I know, he smoked weed too. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our daily Toker Tunes with Bago Schwago. Stay tuned for Groovin' Thursday.
Oh, have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. Have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. If he said he swam to China, he would sell you South Carolina. Then you know you're talking to that reefer man.
Hi, I'm cannabis.
Non-alcohol.